Daffy Duck, they're wandering in the desert somewhere, and then they see a mirage. And it's usually some sexualized creature, which is super weird. And then they move towards that creature, then they start kissing this creature, then it ends up being a cactus, and now they're poking their face, like, oh, what happened? It's a mirage, right? The idea of, like, I could have a meaningful relationship with God and not really examine how it should work out in my relationship with other people, it's a mirage. It's an illusion. It does not exist. Divorcing our relationship with God from our relationship with others is an attractive illusion, and it is a symptom of a deceived and a sick heart. We don't have that space. Now that's general. That's the weight here. Let's remember what he says. He's connecting the dots specifically to forgiveness. Ergo, a failure to forgive others actually reveals a failure to receive God's forgiveness for himself. It's not merely that I haven't understood it. It's that it hasn't taken hold of my heart. I haven't understood it. It's that it hasn't taken hold of my heart. I haven't received it. That's what he means when he says, I will withhold forgiveness. It's because you actually haven't received it well. This presses into comfort with broken relationships. If you're comfortable with broken relationships in your life, you may not be a Christian. I'm going to say that one more time so that we understand that I'm not playing it. If you are comfortable with broken relationships in your life, you may not actually be a Christian. He's saying, examine where we are in relationships. If you are comfortable with broken relationships in life, know Jesus. God make us uncomfortable. I want to this and then move on to the tools, because this is the weight here. This is not to create some weird category of forgiveness that I think often exists in Christian spaces, which is we make forgiveness synonymous with forgetting. That we have moves from the back of our mind and here, particularly when it seems like, and you're like, how are you? When it's tangible and the memory is thick, there's a practice we could reach for. I talked about it briefly last night, but it's so fascinating to me. You look at Lamentations chapter 3, you look at Philippians chapter 4, and there's this consistent practice of calling something to mind. Where the wrongs people have, they resurface. God invites us to call to mind not merely their wrongs, not merely their guilt. He invites us to call to mind his grace. Because he invites us to call to mind good stuff in the city. What? 2 times this, like it popped in my heart. The first time was the birth of my oldest daughter, Serenity. And so I remember, like we locked eyes. All babies are born ugly, in case there's confusion. They got like amniotic fluid on them. Their head is like shaped like a cone. I was like, put a hat on her. But so all babies are born ugly. But we locked. If you're a parent, you know I'm not lying. It's just, but we locked eyes, right? And as we locked eyes,